Hi guys, welcome to another budgeting video. Today we're going to be talking about what I spent in the month of January as well as what my plans are for February. So since we have a few new people to the channel, welcome. I thought I would just talk a little bit more about my budgeting process so you guys understand what you're going to see in a few. So as you can see, I divide my checking account slash budget into two separate accounts. So the first account is the variable checking and the second account is the fixed checking. And that just basically denotes what type of bills or expenses come out of each account. So on the variable checking, I have variable expenses coming out, and you can see a list of those on the screen now, as well as expenses that I pay for with a credit card. On the fixed checking account side, I have expenses that cannot be paid with a credit card, meaning that they require actual cash money to be used to pay for them. So things like home insurance, my car loan, etc. So that is how I divide my accounts, and I do this so that I have a clear idea of what money goes where. And of course, by having all the money set aside already for my fixed expenses, which are usually higher, I don't have to worry about coming up with money every month for them, as well as making sure that I always have money for them because they are quite large. So the way I do that is by making this effectively a sinking fund. So every month I save $2,200. That is the average cost of all those bills in that account every month, and then as those bills come out, I withdraw them. But there's always money in the account, even though sometimes nothing is being withdrawn. So that is basically my budgeting setup. Along the same lines though, you'll see that I don't have a few things on screen or a few things that I spend money on but they're not accounted for in this budget, and that is because they come out of different accounts. So of course, or not of course, I suppose one of those things is investing. So for my investings and savings, which I'll talk about in a few, I tend to take that money out as soon as I get paid. And that just ensures that I always am saving money, because if I wait until after I've spent the money that I budgeted for the month to put money aside for saving, then I might never save. So that is just a way that I ensure that I'm always saving. Sometimes I'm squeezing by for the rest of the month because I've already taken the money out for saving, and it kind of sucks, but that's just what it is. It just is a sacrifice that I make every month to make sure that I'm always saving. So if you've seen my 2023 savings goals video, then you will see some of the things that I am saving for. Specific to this budget though, I spent some money in travel, so the money will be coming from the travel sinking fund, and then I also spent some money in luxuries, so the money will be coming from that sinking fund. Other things that aren't noted here are things that are pre-tax, so things like retirement contributions, medical and dental, etc. Those are clearly, they never come to me anyway, but they are part of my compensation in a way. So if you would like a breakdown of my paycheck, I actually do a paycheck breakdown that includes my pre and post-tax spending, so you can get a better idea of how my money is allocated. So with all that said, let's move on to my January spending. So starting off with the variable checking account, the starting balance in that account was $1,170. And in terms of salary, or the amount of money that I put into this account, it's going to be $1,500, and that is because I ended up spending less money than I had planned to, so there wasn't any need for the extra $500. But in total for this account, for the beginning of January, I had $2,670 to spend. Now in terms of my cell phone bill, I normally increase the plan when I go on vacation, and I did. However, that bill is not going to come out till February, which you'll see in a few, so this was actually $70. And then nothing in subscriptions, because my subscriptions are being subsidized by my Amex Platinum card, and I complained about my other subscription, so I got a few months free. So that's why I'm not paying any subscriptions right now. Electricity ended up being $63, so $2 less. And then internet, they increased my internet bill by $10 without alerting me, so I called and complained and asked for the $10 back. So that is going to be reflected in the February budget, but then my budget is also going up by $5. So instead of $50, it's now going to be $55 moving forward, because I increased the internet speed from 300 to 500. And I know like you can get up to like 1,000 effectively nowadays, but like I'm still like I'm okay. I'm okay. Like, I don't have any issues with like streaming or anything like that with the internet speed that I have now. So I don't feel the need to spend like tons of money on like the fastest speed ever. All right, moving on. Groceries ended up costing me $224, and that is less than I budgeted because I ended up spending less money on groceries when I was on vacation, and then I made one trip when I got back home, so it came in lower than expected, which is nice. Same thing happened to gas. I only spent $32. My tank was full when I left, and then after working for a few days, I filled it back up and it was only $32. Nothing in the wellness category. In terms of home, I spent $168. The majority of that was diptyque candles that I purchased on vacation, and actually you can maybe see the candle back there behind me. And I also bought some carnations when I went grocery shopping at Trader Joe's. So $168 for all of those things. Carmen Tennis is the car wash subscription that I have. It's unlimited car washes every month, but eventually I'm going to get rid of that once the winter ends, because then I won't need like a drive-through car wash. So moving on, luggage. I ended up not getting my remote suitcase that I wanted, so I'm very sad about that actually. More like annoyed is what I am, because I tried on several occasions, you'll see in the vlog, but I tried on like at least 3 occasions to get this suitcase, and they did not have what I wanted, so I did not buy it. I figured if I'm spending so much money on a suitcase, it better be like exactly what I want. So we're not gonna give up. We'll keep on trying on my next vacations. So nothing there. My Amex Platinum fee came in. I've had it for a month, so normally the fee comes in within the first month. So there it is, $695. Not keen on that, but it's whatever. I won't be renewing it, but I will be enjoying the perks for the year that I do have it. Now, content creation, I actually did not spend any money here because most of those expenses actually will be coming out in February. I thought they were in January because I paid for them in January last year, but I just paid for them early. So they're not due till February, so I'm not gonna like pay for them until then. Also, I haven't like decided what I want to do, so I'll have to give myself another month to figure that out. Now, shipping was at $9. I sold a couple items, and that's how much the shipping costs. Clothing, I purchased a few things on vacation, which I chat about in the vlog. And then accessories, I spent $10 for some, they're called like chain clips. They help to shorten the chain of handbags. So I wanted that for my Chanel handbag. So that's what that cost. Now, in total for the month on this account, I spent $1,460, leaving me with $1,210 for next month. Now let's move on to the fixed checking account. So starting balance stayed the same, $1,655. Salary, so $2,200, which I explained is the average cost of these bills here, leaving me with an available balance of $3,855. I had my taxes, actually no, these are not taxes, these are home insurance cost. So $346 for home insurance, and then my car loan was $1,650, making the spending in this account for January $1,996 with a remaining balance of $1,859. So there is a breakdown there. The bills are always the highest amount because, you know, as you can see, my car loan is quite high, and I have a video explaining that if you don't already know by now why it's that high. And then living came in third, with extra coming in second. And that's because of that Amex fee right there. But in total for income for both of these accounts was $3,700. Spending ended up being $3,456. And here are the specific breakdowns for each subset of spending. And then the difference between my income and spending was $244. So I saved $244, which is new for me. Normally I don't save much in these accounts because that's not really my intent. I save outside of them, but you know, it's always nice to have some extra spending money. Now let's move on to February. Okay, so starting off on the variable checking account side again, starting balance is $1,210. Salary, I'm lowering this to $1,000. I'm not going to be spending much money this month, so I'm hoping that will do. At least I'm not planning on spending any money. I don't have anything major happening this month, but you know, we'll see. But hopefully not. I'm trying to get my spending lowered for next month because I will be going part-time in March. So that means that's when my income will actually be significantly less than it is now. So I'm trying to mentally prepare myself for that by, like, you know, having a low-key budget in February. I was too busy talking while I was doing this, but salary $1,000, extra income $42 is going to be from my cashback checks from Rakuten, and I've mentioned before, definitely sign up for it if you have not. Basically, if you put the extension on your browser, everything that you shop for normally you can get cash back for. So that's how I come up with this $42. And in total for the month, in terms of income, it's going to be $1,042, and then my available balance should be $2,252. Cell phone bill, this is where I'm going to be paying for that extra international charge. It's not really a charge, it's just a higher cost for better features, but costs extra money for that. Nothing on subscriptions, as I mentioned in my January recap. And then electricity, I haven't gotten the bill yet, we're just going to guesstimate 65. Internet, as I mentioned, it should be going up to 55, but I should also have a credit for $10 from last month, so it should be $45. Groceries, we're going to budget $300. Gas is going to be estimated at $150. And then wellness, what am I doing in wellness here? Oh yes, I'm getting my vitamin supply. So every few months I have this on Amazon, subscribe and save. So I get some omega-3s and then some calcium and vitamin D, and that costs $59 for those. Home, I didn't budget anything, but normally I get flowers, so we'll put $15 here for some flowers. Car maintenance, I'm bumping this down to $15, which is 3 car washes, because I'm thinking about canceling my subscription car wash service, because after March it doesn't snow very much, so I shouldn't need it. But we'll see. I do have to, well, I have until April to do my taxes like everyone else, but I'm thinking about doing it in February. That's when I did it last year. And I started working on a few things. So I started doing like my books, so accounting for the business, which was a whole process. That was like the hardest thing that I had to work on for tax prep. So that's already done. And then the only thing I have to do is like put in my forms, which are trickling in. So we'll see. If I do it in February, it should cost $90. Last year it cost me $100, but thanks to Etsy, there's a discount. So I got $10 off, which is nice. Okay, so content creation, I need to renew my website domain and I need to pay for the actual hosting service. So hosting and domain, I have to pay for those things. Right now they're saying they're $300, but I'm gonna try to see if I can get this less or like switch providers. We'll see. Next up is going to be toiletries, which I forgot to write in here. And that's gonna be $28. It's just for some brush heads for my electric toothbrush. So in total for spending for February, I'm anticipating $1,199, and the imbalance in the account should be $1,053. Now moving on to fix checking. So this account, I decided to round off the amount to just be 1 month worth of expenses starting off the year, and that was just for, I don't know, neatness purposes. Like I wanted to make sure that I had enough money to like fund everything for the month, especially like I said, my income is going down. So I just bumped that up to $2,200, and then going into this account is $2,200. So available balance will be $4,400. The only thing coming out of the account this month is my car loan, so $1,650, leaving me with $2,750 for the following month. So in terms of the entire month as a whole, so from both accounts, in terms of income, I will be getting $3,242, spending $2,849 with a breakdown here, and then leaving over $393. So another month where I'm saving money. Like, this is amazing. So funny. So of course bills are higher, extra is less than it was last month, and then living is the greater amount of money that I'm spending, which is fine. It's relatively typical. So yeah, that's gonna be it for my budget for February and my January recap. Of course, I always love to know what you guys are up to, or if you have any thoughts or questions about how I budget, definitely leave them in the comments below, and I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.